Hello, what's on your movie Madman, and I'm back. And today is very exciting for me, and probably for a lot of you as well, to be fair, because today I get to talk to you about the greatest Christmas film released last year, as today we get to talk about Terrifier 3 in 4K. Now, I've talked about the first two of these on my channel before, back in the days when they weren't quite as popular as they are now. So when that bloody steelbook is finally released of 1 and 2, I will get that. They're releasing a steelbook of 1 and 2 in 4K. Probably could have said that first. But I'm going to be getting that when that's out, if that ever comes out. I mean, the release date's been delayed about 7 times now. Allegedly, it's out at the beginning of February, but I'll believe it when I'm holding it. But today we're going to talk about this one. Very exciting case for you there. There's the back cover for you as well, and there's the front cover, as you've probably seen. We're going to take the slip cover off, and let's take the plastic off, eh? Let's do that. Let's have a look at the inside, eh? Cool, so you've got a nice black inside cover there with a 4K disc in there, no Blu-ray, just a 4K disc. No idea where they got the idea for that artwork. So I do privately, so there is a digital copy of this on Prime Video, so I'm going to have a look at that and have a look at the 4K disc here. It's only in HD on Prime Video, I believe, and this is 4K, obviously. I'm going to compare those two, and then I'll come back, talk a bit more about the film, and tell you about that 4K as well. So stay there, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we go then. Number 3 for you. I don't own the first two because you can't get the first two in 4K as of yet. I hear there's a steelbook coming out, although that was supposed to come out at the end of 2023, and the release date has changed constantly over all of last year. I even pre-ordered it twice, and both of those pre-orders got cancelled because the release date changed again. Allegedly it's coming out in February this year, but I will believe that when I see it. But where this film is concerned, I think is where the review will stand. So a lot of people talked about the first 10 minutes of this film and how out there it was and how controversial it was and how gross it was, and to be fair, it's very overhyped, the opening 10 minutes of this film. It's still a good opening, I'll tell you that. It's a good way to start a film like this, especially one set at Christmas time, but I wouldn't have said it was as over the top and gross as everyone said it was. The said incident, I won't go into too many details about, but the said incident at the beginning of this film is all off screen, not even in the same room. So white people are saying it's the most over the top thing ever when you don't even see it. You just see the aftermath of it instead. So it's not really anything to get too hyped up about. That being said, the film itself is something to get hyped up about. If you like the first two, then you're definitely going to enjoy this one as well. This does everything that the first two do and amps it up by about 1 million. So I mean, I don't know if that's overhyping it or anything, but it's definitely, I would have definitely said out of the three of them, this is probably the goriest. If you like a bit of gore, then you're definitely going to enjoy this film. I think this franchise has grown in popularity as each film has been released. I hadn't even heard of the first one until the second one came out, and then so I was ready for the third one. And I think when the third one was coming out, people started hearing about the first two as well, because this was the first one to get a worldwide cinema release, whereas the first two didn't really get that chance. They were just released in festivals and that was about it. I had the chance of seeing the first two in the cinema because we had them released on a double bill one night. Nothing like watching a film like that for 4 hours was very interesting. But they're funny. I'll tell you that. A lot of people would say, how can you watch a film like this and say it's funny? It's meant to be funny. I don't know if people quite understand that, but it depends how you look at it. I think sometimes when you're watching films like this, the violence gets so high to a point that it just makes you laugh just because it's so over the top. A bit like Deadpool, but with a slasher instead. So why a slasher film can't be funny at the same time? Even on IMDb, it says it's a dark comedy, so I think I laughed. Sorry. 4K wise, I would have said it was a decent looking picture. You got to like a decent looking picture when you're watching something in 4K, so that was quite nice. It is shot to look like films that were made in the 80s, so there is like added filmic stuff to it, has a bit of a grainy touch to it, but all in the context of how it's meant to look, so it's okay from that perspective. Obviously it's a brand new film, so as I've said before, why would you buy the Blu-ray when you can just get the 4K if you're a 4K collector? So it's not really one of those films where you say it's worth upgrading from the Blu-ray. To be fair, I nearly bought the Blu-ray by accident when I bought this in the shop, because there's nothing on the front here that indicates it's 4K, and there's nothing on the back either that indicates it's 4K, except for it's saying Ultra HD there, and it says Ultra HD on the bottom here. The only way I noticed was because this one was £10 more than the Blu-ray, so I knew it was the 4K edition, and it has got the 4K case as well, so there is that. But all in all, if you're a fan of the franchise and you'd like to see a film like this in 4K, then definitely go for it. It's definitely worth seeing. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a very pleasant experience to watch it in 4K for the first time as well, I imagine. So there you go, Terrifier 3. And that's it for today. I don't know if you'd call that a review, but never mind. That's what I call a review, sort of, I think. There's a link for my book, as I've said in every video in the last few weeks. Get on the link, please get my book. I'd really appreciate that support as well. But I'm going to go now, so if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm going to fuck off. Okay? Goodbye.